I could sit here all night and tell awesome Chuck Norris jokes. What happens to Chuck Norris when he jumps into a pool? He doesn't get wet, the pool gets Chuck Norris. That's fucking awesome. Who else has jokes like that? No one's like, when you lift up your beard, you've got a fist. You know what Chuck Norris does. There is books written about how awesome Chuck Norris is. What the fuck did he do? He made a really shitty TV show where he kicked people. He kicked people. You're under arrest. Oh! No handcuffs, no gun, no badge, just what the fuck? What the fuck? I wish I could just go kick the shit out of people. Just like, just like all over the place. But that's not really all. I live in my little post-war small world in my head. So I want to talk about my job. Because this is just a hobby I have doing comedy. My day job is where I get all of my material. I work at a corporate job. I wear a suit and tie, full-blown suit and tie. I always say full-blown because it's a full effect. The only other thing you say full-blown is AIDS. I wear a full-blown suit. I say it like I have AIDS. Like I have a destiny. I'm going to die unless I take 30 pills a day or I'm rich like Magic Johnson. Who also, he once gave me Magic Johnson's magic goggles. Anyway, so I'm extremely horribly lazy and offensive at work. So I'm going to tell, this happened today. I am a walking HR issue. Because I'm a medium, and I don't know how to filter what I say. So I say very, very inappropriate things at work, and I work at a corporate job with HR people. I have met an HR person because of my work. So today, we have one of my coworkers. She's a young Asian girl. She has brown hair. Today she turned into platinum blonde hair. Now, of course, she wears contacts because all minorities, the dark guys wear contacts blue. I don't know why. It's obvious that they're wearing fucking contacts, but they do. They're like, I want to have blue eyes. Even though they're black, it looks stupid when I have contacts in. Everybody who's wearing contacts in this room right now. Your look is dark. I want everybody to look around and look at the person next to you. Make sure they're not wearing contacts. If they are, point and laugh. Like, your eye, you're not, God didn't give you the gift of white eyes. You know, I have dookie brown eyes. You know? So it's perfect. And then I have to tell people my eyes change into color. That's bullshit. My eyes are brown. I have to tell people, look, it's light, my eyes are green. It's dark light, my eyes are brown. That's bullshit. My eyes are brown. But I just like to sound cool. I upsell myself all the time. So getting back to the HR issue, this girl comes with platinum blonde hair. She's a new employee. She's worked for some girl. And she goes, Eric, will you fix my hair honestly? Mistake. Mistake. Do not ever ask my honest opinion unless you're prepared to hear some dog shit. So what I tell her, very calmly, very subtly, I'm like, you can take a prostitute. And this is not a joke. There's people who are here for my job, and they can verify this. So I told her she looks like a prostitute, and she was just like, oh my God! And I was like, and you asked not. And of course, as soon as I said prostitute, and I saw her reaction, like, you know when you say something and you see that look like I can punch you in the face? Like, oh my eyes! So I'm like, I'm just kidding. Not really. And I didn't say the not really part, but I was like, I'm just kidding. So anyway, about 30 minutes later, my boss is like, you, office, now! I'm like, oh, so I go to the office, he's like, did you call Lena a prostitute? Those words? And they're like, wait, did you look like a prostitute in any fashionable sense or manner? And I'm like, well, yes, but it's taken out of context. And he's like, what kind of context could you possibly tell a woman she looks like a prostitute and to be okay? And I'm like, well, if she's just a girl who gives away sex, it doesn't charge, that would be a compliment, because then she would at least be making money. I didn't say that because I wasn't clever enough to come up with that at the time, and I was just like, well, she knew it was a joke. And that's the thing, I'm a giant baby. I'm a gigantic, huge, well, I'm not really huge, but I'm a baby. So when people confront me, and whenever anybody's like, you hurt my feelings, I get pissed. Like, fuck you for telling me that I've done something to offend you. Keep that shit to yourself. I don't care. You know, and that shit happens all the time. I don't know if anybody else can relate to this, but does anybody get really uncomfortable when confronted with something that you've done? Like, I was confronted. I was in a small cubicle office, all surrounded. I was boxed in, and my boss was like, what are you doing? You called a normal prostitute. And I'm just like so uncomfortable, and all I could be like, well, she knows it's a joke. Get off my case. And he's like, dude, you could have been fired. I'm like, dude, shit. Shit, really? Really? I say shit all the time. And, you know, this went on, and of course, she had left by then, and I'm like, oh, this bitch, I'm gonna go yell at her for telling on me. This bitch told on me. So, of course, she hears about it before she comes back from lunch or whatever, and she's like, I didn't tell on you. And I'm like, well, you thought, I was like, you know, I was joking, right? And she's like, well, of course. And then my boss later was like, someone overheard you. That was even worse. She knew I was joking, but someone overheard, like someone completely separate. This is a conversation they walked into. You look like a prostitute. Very serious. They walked away. Of course they're going to go tell management. What the fuck? So that's my day. And usually the stuff that's like, usually I get in trouble because sometimes like the other day I farted really loud in front of the customer and then I blamed it on them. I was just like, that was you. You know, the thing is that there was no one in any office near us. There was a subtle noise that it was like, and I kind of like moved my chair like, oh, these funny chairs. It was obvious that it was like a fart. It was like, I wasn't moving. I farted and it was like, my bad. And then the worst off is it smelled like death. And I could see this little old woman's reaction just being like, slowly, she's like, and all I could do was just like glaze over it, like I do most things. Like when I accidentally spit on people, I just ignore it. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I just spit on your face. That didn't happen. That was you. You just spit on yourself. That was you. My name's Eric. Thank you.